Hello and welcome friends. Today in this video we will discuss about two SQL functions. One is Coalesce function, second one is isnull function. These two functions are important in SQL scripting. So in this video we will discuss one by one some facts related to these functions, and we will see a demonstrative example one by one and what are the differences in these two functions, why we use this function. First we will discuss about Coalesce function. Let's see some fact. At least two arguments required and there is no limit of arguments. Maximum any number of arguments. There may be 5 arguments, 10, maybe 100 and more than 100. There is no upper limit. And other fact, at least one argument must be non-null value. It is mandatory that at least one argument must be non-null value. Okay. Coalesce function returns non-null value. First non-null value. Let's see with live example. Select Coalesce function and we will put some arguments. Null, first argument is null. Again we will put another argument null. Then we will put a numeric value 100. Then we will put string value India. Let's try to run this query. Let's see what it returns. It is returning 100, means this function returns, this query function returned 100. This is 100 is third argument, means first one is null, second one is null, third one is 100, this is numeric, fourth one is string value. It returned 100, which is not null value. So about the Coalesce function returns first not null value, first non-null value. And suppose I put one another argument as suppose I put here 12 minus 12. This is again non-null value. Let's see what it returned on execution. It returned minus 12, means wherever it will find the first non-null value it will give as result. Suppose I put 10 as first argument, which is obvious, which is not null. So let's see what it returns us. It is returning 10, means wherever it will find the first not null value or non-null value, it will return this value. In this particular example we gave 10 as first argument, which is not null value. On execution of this query it returned result 10. And suppose I will put this again null, and this is null and this is null again. I will remove these two arguments. Now we have fourth argument is a string value. Let's see what happens. It is returning India. So it is returning the first non-null value, whether it is string type or whether it is numeric type. Suppose I put null again. Let's see what happens. It is clearly saying that at least one of the argument to Coalesce must be an expression that is not the null constant. as we discussed earlier, at least one argument must be non-null value. So there should be at least one non-null value. So I will place 1000. So let's see, let's check again it. Now it is correctly showing the result as 1000, which is first non-null value. First one is null, second one is again null, fourth one is 1000. So this is Coalesce function. Now we will discuss about isnull function. Facts related to isnull function is must be two arguments. Let's check. Null and second value is 10. Let's try to run this. It is showing result as 10. So this is not null value. So isnull function checks the first value is null or not. If it finds first value is null, then the null value will be replaced with the second value. Here is 10, so null value will be replaced 10. Suppose I place this string value. Suppose I place here India, and I will try to run this. Yeah, it is returning India. It is returning India, means it will check whether the first argument is null or not. If it is null, then it will replace the null value with the second value. In this example, I put India is the second argument, and at this place there may be integer value, a negative value, or any string value. Whatever we will put in the second place, it will replace the first null value with this second value. If I put here null again, then there is no issue with this second argument. If I place it as null, so it will accept it. Okay, but in case of Coalesce function, there must be at least one non-null value, but in the case of isnull, it is accepting null whether I place it at first place or in first and second place. Okay, as we discussed that must be two arguments. Let's try to put one more argument. Suppose I put 100. Let's see, it is showing a typographical error and also giving a warning or hint. The isnull function requires two arguments, means it will not accept any third argument, but it can accept both null arguments and if I place here non-null argument which is 10, let's try to run it. It is again returning 10. If I place second place in second argument 100, again it will give the first value because it checks the first position, first place, first argument whether it is null or not null. If it is null, then it will be replaced by second one. If it is non-null, then it will return the first value. So here I put the null value as first argument, so null value will be replaced with 100. So these are the facts related to isnull function. Isnull and Coalesce functions are very useful functions in SQL scripting, and now we will see what is the difference between these two functions, why we use these two functions in different purposes. So first difference is Coalesce finds first non-null value. The facts related to Coalesce function, Coalesce finds the first non-null value, means as we see earlier, and we can check here again, null, null, null and 1000. 3 arguments are null values, fourth one is 1000. So whenever we were trying to run it, it was returning 1000. Suppose I place here 100 and I will try to run it. 100 means we have 3 null values, 2 non-null values, but it returning the first null value, which is 100. It will check from the left side, first, second, third, fourth. Whenever it will find the first non-null value, it will not go further. Let's try to check at first position. Let's try. Yeah, it is running 100. First it is satisfied with that is found first non-null value, then it will forget whether second, third, fourth and other values are null or not null. It will find the first non-null value. And second reference, second fact related to null is null function. Is null checks first argument, expression is null, and is null function checks first argument whether the first argument is null or not null. If it is null, then it will return it will replace by the second argument, otherwise it will return first argument in case of not null. Is null checks the first argument, expression is null, Coalesce function finds first not null value. This is the difference. So guys, with these two live examples, we test all these facts related to these two functions, Coalesce function and isnull functions. For different purposes we can use this. I hope you understand why these two functions may be used for different purposes. Thanks for watching.